Alrighty then, guys. Jose has a time crunch, so we gotta get a move on.
Okay.
But we went to go see I keep saying Ron Aries, Tron Aries.
What's in your head right now?
Ron Aries. Ron Aries sounds like an insurance salesman or something. But so what I want to talk about first is this is a brand new movie. What we're gonna do is talk about this new movie that we saw. And so afterwards, the first thing I told Tony was like, we got to do an episode on this.
Yes.
So before we get into that, I want to talk about, we'll go around each of us and we'll talk about what were your expectations before going into the movie. Tony.
Well, I had Wendy with me, so my sister, so she was the one that kept me grounded. Like, I normally try to put expectations like, reasonable, mid-level and everything. Yeah. The thing is like with Jared Leto, not everything goes well.
We were just talking about that, me and Jose.
Just Jared Leto alone just kind of worried me, obviously. So I had a very just mid to lower. So I was just hoping it can just surpass the bar. And thankfully, it did. In my opinion, Jared Leto, even with the issues going on right now, I think he did a fantastic job as his character Ares. I think he really killed his character, in my opinion. He was very good. He's a guy who just is very interested. Like, for me, he's got like the mind of a genius, but the curiosity of a child. He's very strong. He's very ferocious in the fight, but he's very kind-hearted. So you have this really interesting main character, and I thought it was just gonna fall flat, but no, it went above the bar, and I'm really happy for that.
All right, I'll go next. And just speaking about my expectations before we even saw the movie, I did not have high hopes for this movie.
Yeah.
Because it was more than anything, it's just about when you have a movie like this, it's a legacy movie a lot of the times. And I'm thinking about like Indiana Jones, even the Star Wars movies. The first ones were pretty good, but then the last one was just miserable. So that's what I thought it was going to be. And then before we saw it on Sunday, it comes out on Thursday evening, and then you hear a lot of the reviews and stuff. And so I was just worried. I was really, really worried.
I saw a few reviews myself, and I was like, oh, God, so this is not looking well.
I'd say recently, this is kind of a universe that I've really enjoyed. I mean, I saw the first, for me, Tron Legacy. That was my first viewing. I really enjoyed that. Then we saw Tron OG together. Right. And that was really good. That one met my expectations, but then this one I was just like, oh. And then to your point, Jared Leto, I feel the opposite about him. I liked him a lot as an actor, and especially in his music stuff. But I think also too, kind of going in and knowing the things that I know, the allegations that have been laid against him, I was just like, ugh. And then we'll talk about some of the other stuff, especially on movie sets, that he has been not so much accused, but that people have said about him. So I think you the Suicide Squad for sure. You know what I'm talking about. So those were my expectations, and we'll talk about what I thought later. Jose, what were your expectations going in?
Honestly, I tried to stay away from any media, any videos, any reviews. All I stuck with was the trailers from that they were put out for Tron, and also there was like this little 5-10 minute
like an 8-minute
Disney Plus.
Yeah, it was like 8 minutes. Right. So it's the introduction of Ares.
Seeing that, it got me excited because I was like, okay, it looks good. So I think my hopes were like, okay, I know it's not going to be on Legacy level. Well, we're going to try to compare to Legacy. It's not though. But it's okay. I was more curious to see how it was going to be about, who is Ares, what's his role here, and talking about
what's his vibe.
Right. What's his vibe? Is he good guy, bad guy?
Is he got more
character? Is he right? And I like the way that throughout the movie, Ares is taken about like this, right? This program, but slowly throughout the movie, he in a way turns more human because he's asking himself questions that even Dillinger told him, like, I'm curious why you're asking these types of questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like the plot was good for me. I liked it. And you know what, for me, the point that makes me feel like, okay, this was a good movie is that towards the end, it gives me a vibe that there's something coming in the future, especially with that mid-credit scene.
So if they go the way that they went, so Tron Ares, not Tron Ares, Tron OG, and then Legacy came out, 30 years apart, and this one was 15. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll get the next one in like 7 years. That'll be nice.
7 years, bro.
I hope so.
All right, so
Hope so, man. I
fourth,
don't want to wait another 15.
because I
Yeah.
do think that this universe is really cool and the way that it world builds.
Hmm.
You know, and I do believe that you can expand a lot on this in this universe, and we kind of see that in Tron Legacy. And I was like, how are they going to expand it? And one thing I was hoping that it wasn't going to be a repeat of OG and Legacy. Like somebody was gonna go into the grid. They were gonna be like, oh my God, what's going on? And then, but that being said, Tony, you kind of already said it, but how did you feel about this movie after watching it?
Well, I mean, it's not a perfect film. I'm not going to say that, the reviewers that, reviewed it are wrong. It has its problems, don't get me wrong. But I still really love this film. There's a lot of fun action in there. There's a lot of spectacle. The acting, I think, is great. I mean, there's some good things that I like it. There's a lot of the visual effects look awesome. They look way better than they did before. I heard that if you watch it in 3D, and I'm still surprised 3D is still around, that's even better. So gives me kind of a reason to want to go back and watch it. I think the best character in this entire film is the soundtrack. Nine Inch Nails
I
just
agree.
they knew the assignment and they delivered, and it's really great. I mean, yeah, it's no Daft Punk, but they put their own
Doesn't need
spin
to
on
be.
it. But yeah,
It doesn't
it
need to
doesn't
be.
need to be. But I really liked what they did with it. It very feels like a Tron soundtrack. I think it's very good. Still speaking about the Nine Inch Nails, I didn't know this, but I did look this up. The Nine Inch Nails members Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Uh, did you know they made a cameo in the movie? I didn't know that. They did a cameo as the two F-35 pilots in the movie. I didn't know it was them. Like, I did not recognize them. I was like, oh, whatever, but okay. I did not know that. We did have like some, not cameos, but kind of references to past characters. This movie literally also takes place 15 years after Legacy.
So starting from OG, they're in all in chronological order, basically, to like the real world.
Yeah. The only big problem that I had, well, I mean, not only, but there's some, but there's no there's no really returning characters except for Jeff Bridges, but even that, I mean, there's no Bruce Boxleitner. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering his last name. Who
I
plays
think that
Alan
is how you
Bradley at
pronounce it.
Tron?
Yeah.
Boxleitner. Yeah,
No,
okay.
Cindy. What was her name? Cindy something.
Yeah,
Cindy
well, Cindy.
Morgan.
Yeah, she passed away. Cindy Morgan.
She found it.
Garrett Hudlin, not back as Flynn, but we do see
Mm-mm.
pictures of him and Olivia Wilde as Cora. We do see some stuff like that. And yeah, I want to also say, Daft Punk's not returning for the soundtrack. I'm sure they did if they would. I'm
If they were
sure
still a
if
band.
if they were still, I mean, which sucks because the French electronic musical duo retired back when in 2021 was it? So if they didn't split, I think odds are likely they would have returned to create another musical banquet for Tron Ares, which would have been great. But still, I mean, life happens, stuff happens. They got
Yeah.
split, but we got Nine Inch Nails, and I think they did a fantastic job. What do you guys think of the side characters?
The only one I really cared for was Arturo. That's the only one I really cared for.
Yeah,
To be
yeah,
honest with you, yeah.
Arturo. Yeah.
That's the only one I.
What was that?
Oh well, I'm
Uh,
sorry. His real name was Arturo Castro, but it was
yeah. He played Seth, wasn't it?
Eve's assistant.
Remember? Okay, so
The only Latino in the movie, dude.
yeah, he's literally the only one. Like, you remember in the beginning, they're in the remote location, all 80s tech. There's Eve and her friend, the guy. Hey, I could
Oh,
literally
he's
use
Hispanic?
this
To make
this
burritos.
microwave for burritos. You
Yeah,
remember?
he's
Yeah,
Hispanic.
he's Hispanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name
Oh,
I think
is
he's like Guatemalan or Central American.
I don't know,
Now
but
quote me on that.
yeah, it gives me those vibes. Yeah.
the thing is, like, also I wanted to mention, like, this is the first movie that I've seen in a long time that had opening credits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't
Right?
remember the last time,
That is true.
like any movie recently that I've seen that had more. But I think that the reason they did this because I think they took advantage of the time to give us the expedition dump, like to really explain where are we in the Tron timeline, really.
I mean, it was
Be-
15 years since the last one, so
Yeah, but we didn't know that until they told us. So pretty much all of the news pretty much tells us, hey, Kevin Flynn, who was CEO, has gone away for personal reasons, and now is given to Eve Kim and her sister. I forgot what her name was.
Kim
Tess.
Kim.
Ev Kim and Tess Kim. Uh, I think they. Okay, I don't want to be rude, but I really did not feel anything for Eve Kim, the
I
main
liked her.
character. I liked her,
Mhm.
but I just did not really. I gravitated more towards Ares. I liked his
Uh-huh.
character better, and I'm like, I know I'm supposed to feel something about her and her deceased sister Tess, but I just didn't feel it personally, not to me. So I was really weirded out by that. I don't know why they had to go to a remote location that still exists with 80s tech.
Yeah.
I don't know why they had to look through. They're looking. So the plot is they're looking for a permanence code, right? They're looking for something that they
Or the
Encom.
impermanence code.
Yeah, really. And pretty
Yeah.
much the whole plot is about Encom, the good guys, and Dillinger Systems, the bad
The
guys.
bad guys.
And they're both really competing against, bringing, digital stuff into reality. How we got 3D printers, just think of it like that. Don't ask questions about organic matter. Just, it's a movie. Don't think too much into it.
Oh, I
But
thought about it's like the laws of conservation of matter do not apply in this movie. Like, where did it even get all that matter? Like,
yeah,
you just can't
I
create
know.
it. But anyways, yeah. So it's and then my other question was, and I think we talked about this too, is like, so at this point in the story, Encom is one company, and then Dillinger
Is
Systems,
another.
but it didn't exist in the OG version, and it didn't exist in Legacy. So at what point did they were maybe after at some point they Dillinger Systems became a company? But if that's true, then why was the kid Dillinger working for Encom in Legacy?
Because they didn't think about that. The
I
writers
feel
didn't
like
even think about it.
I feel like they could probably. I mean, just a theory. Maybe as Sam Flynn goes into, then the Dillinger guy.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Dillinger's sister. Hey, you know what? The Dillinger that
Dillinger.
was in Encom, decided, they're gonna make their own company. How?
They kept saying it's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
the one thing I was
Screw
thinking
you, I'm gonna
of.
make my own company.
yeah. So it's been a long time. We get expedition dump on who are the new characters, who's in charge, what's going on, what time are we are. I would be lying
Mhm.
if I wasn't looking for Bruce, in the opening credits, any
Tron.
of the main characters, maybe, but to me, this movie felt more like a Tron spin-off instead of a actual third Tron
Well,
movie.
you are 100% right because that's what they were doing. That's exactly what they wanted to do
Like their
basically a
own.
movie that like a clean slate kind of thing. And I think they did it really well. And I will have to say I feel a little differently about you, Kim, and Tron. And I'm sorry, Ares. I feel the opposite. Like I really
Okay.
enjoyed Kim, and for Ares, he did a good job, Jared Leto. But I think it could have literally been anybody.
Right.
Like it could have been any other actor, and it would have done the same thing. And I think that's probably more of like my feelings towards him now. And like I mentioned before, I really enjoyed his acting, and I really enjoyed his music. 30 Seconds to Mars, it's one of my favorite bands. I've been to see them three times. And I think also too, that's why this movie, and then what's another movie that there's been a couple movies. I mean, Morbius was just trash, but that this movie didn't do so well at the box office, and I
It
think
did
he
not.
might be,
A
but
big factor. But he did.
yeah,
It was thanks to Jared Leto that we got Tron
that is
Ares. He
true. That is
produced
true.
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
That's the
That's why
thing.
I don't.
So,
And
I
also
mean,
too, Legacy and OG didn't make that much money
yeah,
either.
they didn't,
Mhm.
which sucked. I mean,
But
especially,
bangers of movie, bro.
yeah, they're great
That's the thing
movies.
that sucks. I don't care if they make the money. Like these movies are gonna get their share of popularity and recognition. It's
You're
just
gonna
that
get the merchandise, the money. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
you'll
and
get
also
it.
too, but like for the execs, if they see that they don't make money, well then they're not gonna make more.
They're not gonna make it more again. Not until bigger hire. But I don't know. Like for me, like there's also a lot of stuff that just happens for the sake of the plot. Like we would have certain parts like Dillinger. I forgot Julian, right? Julian Dillinger
Yeah,
in
Julian.
the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, like there's a scene where he orders Ares and Athena to capture Kim and to bring him to bring it. All right, he literally goes and tells them. We find out that all right, Dillinger Systems and Encom, they're both stuck at bringing matter and having it permanently stay there. For some reason, after 29 minutes, whatever they create, dissolves. It disappears. So they're trying to crack the code. And for some reason, Flynn in the old days has it. I don't know why. And I'm still really surprised that there's an abandoned shed somewhere still untouched with 80s tech. Okay,
In
sure.
Alaska.
Yeah, in Alaska for some reason. Okay, fine. Dude, they were using floppy disks that were before our time, Brian. Or those
Yeah.
really thin ones that they put in the
Those
sleeve.
really thin ones. We had the hard.
We had the
harder case.
centimeter thick with the little rectangles, hinge.
You know what I did like about that though?
What?
That whole scene. That these two, well, more than anything, Kim. Other than I don't know what the other guy's name was, Seth, and
Yeah.
when they went to the remote, that they weren't like, what is this technology? It's like if you were a tech person, you would know
You would.
what even like analog stuff was, right? You would
Mhm.
know what all these floppy disks were. So I like that they weren't like, oh, this is so ancient. They just went along with it, and she knew how to use a computer system.
Yeah.
And going back to your 29 minutes, we were talking about this after the movie. So, okay, at the end of Legacy, again, continuity stuff.
I just remembered. Go ahead. Sorry.
Cora goes into the real world with Sam.
At the end of Legacy, yeah.
So does that mean after 29 minutes she disappeared? Like he's riding off into the sunset on the bridge, and then he just looks back and she's gone?
No.
And if
Like,
not,
I
then
think
did she have the permanence code?
I think I don't know. No, she didn't. Well, the thing is, you have to understand. Like Sam and Cora left the grid through proper means. I guess this is proper means through coming back from the laser, like how Sam and Kevin Flynn got in through the laser. They went in through the front door. They got out the same
Mhm.
way. So I didn't this movie do the same thing? Like, no, wait, no, that's right. Well, didn't what's his name? Ares. Didn't
Mhm.
he had 29 minutes? Didn't he go to? Yeah, he did. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
That's when he goes into the old.
The old one, but that's later in the movie.
But at that point he has the permanence code. And okay, what was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah, 29 minutes. They were like big on, like, you literally created matter out of nothing. You created a tank out of nothing. That's amazing. Who cares if it only lasts 29 minutes? If you're in a war, that's kind of an incentive.
Yeah,
That's kind of an incentive. You don't have to like take out your machines. You don't, like, nobody can steal the technology. 29 minutes is all you would need to like invade. Like if you made 100,000 of the Areses, that's all you would need.
That's it. In 29 minutes, it'll be over. Like,
it'll be over.
The war would be done within the first 10 minutes, I'm sure.
And either way, you can rebuild them anyways. I really liked everything, man. Honestly, I feel like at the very beginning when we hear that initial scene, like what happened to Sam, what happened to Ancom after 15 years. I feel like those first like 20 minutes, I was nervous. I was like, okay, like, are we gonna see what we've seen before?
That's funny. You were like, oh gosh, no, I didn't want to waste my $25.
Yes.
Yep.
I was worried.
More, man. He had his brother and family. Yeah, the rest of his family with them, dude.
After 25 minutes, I feel like, honestly, when we start seeing Eve Kim, what she's trying to do, like she's trying to find this permanence code, and she finds it. That's when I kind of start being invested. I'm like, okay, cool. And then when I hear it, Dillinger is trying to hack and trying to get it, I'm like, oh, okay, like. And we see that scene when the Dillinger programs go into the Encom. They go to the Encom.
They hack. Yeah, that's right.
Like
Dillinger
that.
system
I like
hacks.
that.
I like that. Man.
Hacks Encom.
That was so cool.
That was very
because
cool.
Tony, you were in tech. You were in IT. Like basically the way that they personified or anthropomorphized how a program or how a virus like basically infects a computer program. The way that they showed it in the movie, that's kind of what happens. that like
much.
this
Yeah.
like this it doesn't just like start infecting one thing. It kind of like searches for a way in, and it gets in, and then the antivirus comes and it tries to like basically like stop
Yeah,
it from
it
happening.
stop it from getting access to it. Yeah, it's a battle really, and we get to see that. We get to see
I thought that was really cool.
Ares,
Yeah.
go, and I thought the way, like he entered to get the information was really cool. Like space, like he literally just walked from
Yeah.
the floor to
Uh-huh.
to a building up, and he just entered like this, I guess, the matrix, and he was able
Yeah.
to get the information he needed, and they were like, okay, bail out. But Dillinger, being the really jerk he is, in order to cover all of his tracks, he actually nukes the system with his own
Yeah.
programs in it.
Yeah.
So I think it was after that Ares was like, you know what? Our as much as, I mean, Ares is the MCP in this movie, but he realizes his user that to him we are all expendable. It doesn't matter. So we don't mean nothing to this guy.
I feel like that's the scene, the part where he starts becoming a bit more human.
Well,
Yeah, for
it's,
sure.
remember in that scene, like when they were still in NCOM, he actually went back to retrieve one of his comrades.
Cameron Monaghan, the
Yeah.
Joker.
Makes a cameo, like
What's the name?
literally
Cal Kestis?
Cal Kestis in the
Uh,
Jedi games.
Okay, so thinking about that in the scene, so one of the, I don't even know if they mention it, but I think it's just a general thing of why people want machines or programs and stuff, is that they're emotionless. They just run off of programming and stuff like that. But if you the three programs that we see that are human, like persona, like what's it called, anthropomorphized, is Ares, Athena, and then that guy Cameron Monaghan's character, right?
His character is name.
It's probably something Greek.
Caius.
Caius. Okay.
Yeah.
So the whole reason you want a computer is for that reason, right? They're cold, they're not cold, but like unfeeling. They don't have any feelings. They just do
Just
zeros
machine.
and ones. From the get-go, you saw that Ares, Athena, and even that guy, that's not what they were. Because why would a program be scared of dying? And Cameron was like, oh my God, like he had fear,
lost
literal
a
fear,
hand.
a leg, literal fear
Was
in his
it a
eyes,
leg?
right?
Okay.
It was a leg. Literal fear in his eyes, right? With when the Dillinger like nuked it, right?
Right.
Obviously, Ares was the one. Obviously, from the beginning, Ares already had like some doubts, and then you say Athena, but Athena was the opposite. She was angry. She was like mean. She had like, so they had feelings.
focused.
So it's
Yeah.
like from the get go, these programs that were supposed to feel nothing, they felt it, and you kind of saw that like in. You
There
see
was
that in a
that
lot
one
of movies.
There
Yeah.
was that one scene where, wasn't he talking about like the rain or what he felt, and then Athena
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
feeling? I don't get it. What does that mean? And you just see, Ares like, he doesn't answer. He's like, because he's got no answer to give her. He's literally
And
doesn't know.
then that scene where Athena says, "You program me to do something at all costs," right? But you could see that it wasn't really because it was a program. You could see it was more of arrogance. It was more frustration. It was more of ego that she wanted to do that. So from the get-go, these programs already started having feelings, and that's when you run into these problems.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. That slowly they start grabbing these feelings. It's like that fear that going on topic about AI, the dangers of AI, how
We're
start
done. We're
evolving
cooked.
by itself, and you see,
And it did it pretty
see
quickly.
Athena. Exactly. Athena she receives the order. Okay, you're the new MCP. Okay, and you received an order. Okay, and then you see what happens when she just like sticks the blade inside Dillinger's mom. And like that scene.
She even had like a.
shook, bro.
It wasn't even like she stuck it and it was like, oh, whatever. It was more like she kind of liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she just
like it was there, and then she like pushed it.
She
It
kinda-
more like they gave me chills, man. That
Yeah,
it was
I was like, whoa.
What's his name? Jordan Peterson? No, not Jordan Peterson.
Oh,
The guy who played Julian. Evan
Julian.
Peterson. Not Jordan Peterson. Evan
Yeah.
Peterson. He did a really good job of being
Yeah, I like
this
him. Yeah.
this psycho, like the one thing I like his mom, Gillian Anderson. She's been in like a bunch of movies, but the most thing she's noted for is the X-Files movies, and I believe she was underutilized.
She
I
was.
think they could have
She
used her a
was.
little bit more. She doesn't pass the Bechdel test and she dies. Spoiler alert, but she dies. Let's go back to this. The exposition dump, I think I've said it on the podcast before. I hate exposition dumps. And I'm not a filmmaker by any means, but I love movies enough that I know certain things. Show me, don't tell me. So
I don't think you have to have a craft. You have to have a skill for
yeah.
that. It takes time, and not everybody has it. That's the
So
problem.
they could have somehow
Because
Here-
they were
here's
just
why-
they were dumping everything to us for
They were.
minutes, like newscasts for like
Yeah.
5 minutes, telling us
the
what,
absence
where
of
we are.
Sam. The thing that I think about the movie, the absence of Sam and Cora wasn't that distracting, but I was thinking about it. I thought at the end they were going to come back, or I thought they were going to say the reason Sam left is because he had to go back in the grid or something to save Cora from being, disintegrated.
I do
they could've-
wonder if this story, this third one, I
Mhm.
imagine if maybe, take maybe Cora was supposed to be Kim, and then Sam was Tess. Maybe Sam, being human, passed away, and
Yeah, maybe.
Cora maybe had to take up try to save or help
That could've-
humanity in some way.
But like you said, that they were trying to do a clean break, and this kind of felt like a side, like a prequel.
Which I'm okay with. It's just
Not a prequel, but a sidequel.
yeah, but you could do that, but at least
Mhm.
give us a cameo of Tron. Tell us
And
where he
for-
is.
For these movies being called Tron literally appears
Yeah,
in like
he's-
one movie.
I understand that, but I understand he's like
They could have.
He's the first movie's more all three of these are more focused for the users. I get that. Tron
But why
in
call
his
it
own
Tron?
movie, the first one,
I think
he's-
just because it sounded cool.
yeah, and then the second one he's
Tron.
barely there,
Yeah.
and then the third one, this one he's not even in
Because
it.
they're not in
even
Tron, they're in
Yeah.
the grid.
They're in the grid, so obviously
Call
they're
the
using the
grid
Tron
Tron.
name.
Yeah.
They're using the Tron name to sell it because it pretty much is in the Tron universe, and I'm like,
It would
okay,
have been nice, if when they went back to the grid on the Ancom grid, Tron was there like on the line of defense or something like that. It would've been
something.
cool.
The thing is
And then-
that grid, the last time we saw it was around Sam Flynn's neck. Remember, he transferred it from his dad's PC to a little device, and then he wore it like a necklace, and then just walked off. And the thing is like I would have loved to see these characters again.
Was that the OG one, or was that the one in Legacy?
That was Legacy. That was in Legacy.
Oh, so the one in Legacy lives
grid-
on a
The
disc.
grid, yeah, the grid. I don't know if you remember, but it's at the very end. Sam is
So-so.
transferring from his dad's PC that grid into this USB chip or something, and he wears it around, and you see it kind of light up.
So his
that
dad is in the
still
grid?
exists. Maybe, we don't know. So the thing is, real quick, we actually get to go see the OG grid. What did
Yeah.
you guys feel about that?
I thought that was really
That's
cool.
I-
Go for it, Jose.
I was freaking out personally.
I'm
It
upset
literally-
though that Jeff
Go-
Bridges didn't say biodigital jazz.
Oh, dude.
Yes, bro. I was
Bo,
just
did
waiting
you
for that
trash,
one line,
man?
Bo,
Jeff
did you
Bridges
trash,
comes
man?
back as Kevin Flynn. Don't know why. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure why we don't have a younger Flynn, because not everybody was happy with Legacy, the Clue, the
CGI.
animation. So they
But also and if you're human in the grid, you still age.
here's the thing though. What is Kevin Flynn in this movie?
Yeah. He's a force ghost.
What is he? Tell
That's,
us.
he's a
Yeah.
force. He's a
He
force.
literally
ghost, bro.
is.
He's a
Yeah.
good ghost.
He's a
like-
grid ghost.
If I remember correctly, I had to look it up because I just
Mhm.
I didn't catch it. I didn't understand what was going on. But yeah, the reason he was there because, Ares was there. He needed
Yeah.
to be there to help guide Ares. And pretty much like you said, he's a force ghost. For those of you who are
He's
not
even
nerds,
wearing like
yeah. He's
the white robes
all white.
that has a glow around him.
Dude, I was so okay with that. And he looked like an evolved
Jedi
form.
robe.
Exactly, like Grandmaster. He he's got a new like a chest icon. Even his disc in the back is completely different than it was. So I mean, even Jared Leto, we actually get to see this returning thing that we never saw. This is only in the OG Tron bit. I knew immediately what it was when I saw it, and I was really happy. And this little guy gives Jared Leto, Ares, a light bike, a baton that turns into a
Classic.
light bike, the original, and we get to see. And even Jared, Ares moves in this 80s, how in the 80s movies they moved like very janky, very weird looking, line forward. That was just fun to watch, and for him to actually come back out of it, it just was
Yeah.
a nice touch.
To talk about that is another thing I enjoyed. Like I said about Kim not being completely shocked by the old technology. When he went into the world and when he was in Tron and the OG grid, and then when he was in the real world, Ares, he wasn't completely shocked by like the things that were going on. He figured out how to, turn on a car or basically hotwire, and you would hotwire a car and drive it. But the thing is though, he had the entire knowledge of human history in his brain. So obviously he would know. He wasn't like, what's the sun? What's the road? Like he knew. Like it wasn't, and I hate when they kind of do that. And it's just like,
kind of
you should know
dumb
that
humor. Like,
yeah. And if you think about it too, like it's basically the reverse of what happened in the previous two movies, that a human goes into the grid, but this time it was a program comes into the human world.
And she gets to feel the sunset. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. But I mean, there's some problems with it. I'm not going to say.
I think most of it is like continuity or canon stuff.
It's just not that. It's just like, I understand why they did this. Like, they make a lot of dumb decisions. Julian telling Ares and Athena to go get, Eve Kim and bring her back to me in under 30 minutes. That's not going to happen. And so,
you could just hide.
Obviously, Obviously, my thought, because my brain just works this way, I thought, give them light jets. But no, they had to use light cycles because we have to have a really cool scene with, at night for them to actually have, that scene.
Did you not think the police were going to notice like strips of light just randomly in the city?
Well, one just did, just one. Surprise, just not an army, but just one noticed it, and no one called it in for some reason. But the thing is, like, even at the end, the car chase or the motorbike chase, I really thought one of them broke an arm or something, but no. Eve Kim lands in a nice bed of shredded paper, I guess.
And the trailers, I don't know if you remember, guys, the trailers made it seem like it was an invasion, but it was just like one recognizer.
It was just one recognizer. It's like watching one tank slowly come to your village.
Slowly move, yeah.
Like it has a lot of firepower, but I think we could outrun it. I'm like,
just wait 30 minutes.
I noticed a lack of people in this city. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah.
But every time,
the same in the first one too.
Yeah.
I mean, in Legacy.
Yeah, but
I'm like 4 people.
But again, I'm like, we are trying to be in. What really I like about this movie is like we're going back and forth with the grid and then the human world, and we're actually seeing the programs coming in and out from that, which was really nice. But I just kind of expected more of an audience or more people seeing, this scene of the recognizer coming to the city. You would think it would be like you would actually have to have fear. You would actually be scared out of your mind that this thing is coming towards you. And I just felt like if we saw people acknowledging that or recognizing that would have added to it. That's just me.
And the thing about that too is speaking of the people, does nobody know that the grid exists? Like it made it seem like because when Kim goes into the grid the first time, she doesn't know it exists. Dillinger doesn't either. He's like, you brought her into the grid.
Like there's this again side characters.
Like a new idea.
Yeah, Ajay Sin played by Hasan Minhaj.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
He's the CTO. He's barely in it.
I just don't like him in general, but that's just me.
All right, cool. You have your reasons.
I don't like that actor.
There's her assistant, Erin, an NCOM employee and Ajay's assistant that we never get to know.
She never even speaks, huh?
She
says like 2-3
probably
words.
one or two line maybe. Seth Flores, played by Arturo Castro, is a colleague and friend of Eve. He's the most we can get. I guess he's supposed to be the comic relief, which we had very little of. I mean, we did get a really fun fist bump. Oh, your name is Ares, like the god of war? He's like, yeah, and Ares just puts up his fist up, and I know exactly. So I like that. I just wish we had more of that. That's the thing. That's what I wanted more.
I wanted more Jeff Bridges, more.
Yeah,
there should be more Tron in the movie called Tron.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem that I have. I'm like, I love this movie. I really do. But I'm not going to say it doesn't have problems. I'm not going to say it's perfect. Like this is coming from a guy who loves the movie, the Star Wars Solo. Everybody hates it. And I know why they hate it. I just like it. I really like it for what it is. I just feel like people are had the bar way too high for it. But
Yeah.
and I feel like the same thing
So
with this. But I really enjoy it. It's fun. It did its job. It entertained me. I love the soundtrack. I'm gonna buy more merch. Try to support this
oh
movie
yeah, I'm
as
gonna
much
buy
as I
merch.
can because I really want more Tron.
Yeah, I saw that shirt that they had at the movie theater.
I
That was pretty
did. I
dope.
saw
Had
that.
like the of Aries.
Yeah,
on the
varies.
back.
Yeah, yeah.
I was tempted to buy it, but it was $20.
Yeah. So what do you guys think will be the next step in this series? Are they going to stay with? See, that's the thing though. Like, I don't think they should stay with Ares. I think they should move on to something else.
This is what I heard. I heard that if this movie did well,
Which it
they
won't.
were gonna move back to Sam and Cora.
They should.
That's what they said, and I feel like they should. I really want to know where and it's not just us. I looked it up online after we watched this movie, and it's been days now since we watched it. There's a lot of people that grew up with this movie and with Legacy. I'm sorry, Tron Legacy. They grew up with Tron Legacy. They love it. It's their childhood movie, or whatever age they saw it, they love it and they want more of that. And like us, they were wondering where Sam and Flynn are. Is Kevin Flynn still alive? Is Tron still alive?
Did
Because
Cora disintegrate into like a billion pieces?
Did she just disappear into the night? I don't know.
Can she have babies? And are those babies also digital?
Because, like I said, they literally were planning on.
You asking yourself, Brian?
You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, we
Like,
had.
what's
We all
the
had
situation?
days.
You
We
know
all
what I
had
mean?
days to think about it.
Like,
That's
what's her
why.
situation? What's her deal? You know what I mean? Like, what's her
What's
her deal?
deal?
Yo,
Olivia Wilde hasn't
I
been
like that.
doing that well either. So
Yeah, it's true.
I like that towards the end of the movie, right? When we see Ares, he's in another country. What country is it?
Mexico.
America or something.
It's like
something.
something in Central America.
I want to say Central America. I want to say Mexico.
cool.
but
I don't
that's
think it
just
was
me.
Mexico. It was
I don't
like
think so either. It didn't look
Guatemala,
like it.
No.
Costa
No,
Rica or
it
something.
didn't look like it.
Okay, wherever he is, I like that. We see that he's like on his desk. He has like a map. He has a picture
And he has
of
his Jared
Cora.
Leto hair.
He has his Jared Leto. And the style as well, right? You saw
Yeah.
that- you saw the drip that he had, bro.
Yeah, dude.
The
you
tips,
kidding?
the frosted tips.
Yep.
But you know what? That scene makes me aspire, makes me hope that we will see Cora, we will see Sam in a future movie, or at least like in the scene, or I don't know. But I feel like we could see them again.
I think so. We don't know the name of this city, by the way, but this recognizer obviously
Center
was
City, I
covered.
think.
Yeah. Well, the whole world knows about it. The whole world knows about programs now and
Yeah.
what they're capable of. So
And
obviously,
they were using that technology to like cure hunger
yeah, but
and other diseases and stuff.
we don't
like
know
that.
how much time has passed between what happened to that city and where Ares is now. But obviously, it's shown that he has been contacted by a certain someone, a certain ISO, and with coordinates on where to meet. So again, there's that little carrot at the end that.
And will they or will they not hook up?
Not with Jared Leto, please, no.
God no.
I wouldn't mind Jared Leto.
Also, too, Olivia Wilde and Jared Leto they both have been accused of things separately, but
No way.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think
Search that up because I might just keep with my view.
Olivia Wilde not to the extreme
Not-
of Jared Leto is, but yeah,
God, I really.
I think it was more behavior than anything.
I would. And wait a
Anyways,
minute.
don't
You
quote me
did
on that.
mention, Brian, that you really think the scene between Jared Leto and Jeff Bridges, it's possibly that they weren't in the same scene,
Oh, yeah, I
in the
wanted to
same
talk about
room
that.
together. Go ahead.
They were in the
They
same room.
were? Okay.
They were in the same room. Okay, so here's another thing that Jared Leto is very, very. Oh, this is probably the last thing we talk about, but Jared Leto is very known for is method acting. Which method acting? I don't know if you know the term,
Explain it.
Jose.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Basically, you become that character. So when Heath Ledger just didn't do method acting, but let's just say Heath Ledger and the Joker, you're literally the Joker 24/7. When you're off camera, people have to refer to you as Joker. The same with Jared Leto. He's did that with Dallas Buyers Club. He did that with Morbius.
Oh, God. That is a bad idea.
Morbius was, what did he? Oh yeah, he was in like a wheelchair. So they said like whenever he had to go to the restroom, they would have to wheel him in the wheelchair
Oh,
and stuff like
God.
that. And this is like a very famous thing that a lot of actors did. Daniel Day-Lewis did it. Robert De Niro did it. Jim Carrey's done it.
Don't they
But
all
it's
have
got-
mental conditions?
But the thing is, though, with method acting now is looked upon as like, it's like, that's how I get into character. And a lot of people that are like classically trained are like, dude, just act. That's what acting is. You have to pretend.
Yeah.
Like you have to be able to turn it on and off. And it's gotten really toxic where someone plays a toxic character and then they're like that the entire time. So i.e. Jared Leto, when he played the Joker for Suicide Squad, he would 100% like in that character on and off the set. He sent like gifts to the cast members of like dead pigs, like dead baby pigs, bullets, and used condoms and stuff like that. And people, he was like saying like, I don't know where people started those rumors, but there's interviews where he said he did it. So like he was the one that started the rumors. So for this movie, he did the same thing, that he was in character as Ares, and he was trying to do that nonsense with Jeff Bridges.
Please tell me Jeff Bridges.
And Jeff Bridges was like, first of all, you're here. I'm Jeff Bridges. Like, I'm up here.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the only like time that he's probably used like his like status to be like, no.
His aura.
Like, listen, you are right here compared to me. There's a huge
I mean, they're both
gap.
Oscar winners, but I think Jeff Bridges is more beloved.
Yes.
But then also too, you're here, you're Ares. I'm the creator of all of this.
Jeff Bridges was literally in the movie for like what, 5 minutes, and
yeah,
I mean, he helped promote the movie, and
so
we all
he said
him
that like if you look at interviews of him talking of them asking him about Jared Leto, he's like, yeah, man, he's a real interesting guy. Like
he's a real interesting
just
cat.
like,
you know what I'm saying?
And then like,
man,
hey man, can I just call you Air?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, can I just call you Air? Yeah, and also too, like he wouldn't call the person Aries. He would call them like man or bro, or that's how his character is, and that's how Jeff Bridges is. So that's the thing. So they actually, I think I did see scenes behind the scenes where they were together. But I'm telling you, it looked maybe just because it looked the way that they shot it, that it was just like
it's because like obviously they're in the old grid, so maybe they brought down the resolution. Who knows? They brought down the frame rate to make it look old school.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the only time that you see them both in the same frame is when he gives them like
they're
the
actually
scope,
yeah,
and he
probably
leaves.
when they were talking, they were walking as they talked. I think they were the same. Remember?
Yeah.
Because literally they had to walk around like in this circle, like square building to get to that. And they had
but
to
can you
talk on their way
imagine
there.
working with somebody that's just like, I'm gonna
No,
be
I can't.
I don't know,
I don't want to. I'd be like,
Or
bro,
like,
you keep
oh,
that
Ed
to
Gein, like-
yourself. You're like,
yeah, it's the thing though, that like a lot of things in the past couple of years that like people have been like, that's
I
stupid.
didn't
Just
know.
act. Just act.
like just act. You know, I mean, I understand you
I can see
wanna-
Jose as a method actor.
Yes, sir.
I can be a method actor. I think I'll take it too far. You don't want to,
What's my
but
role?
what's my role?
You're a serial killer.
Serial killer.
Yeah.
Dude.
Better watch out, man.
This is gonna be our last podcast together.
Yeah, for a while, for some
For a
time.
while.
Our good friend Jose is gonna do something that even I wanted to do, but I couldn't because of I have health issues. He's going to Bethel. He was
Same
accepted.
here. I don't know if I ever wanted to do it, but I applied, but I don't know if my heart was in it to actually do it. But I know your heart is in it, and you deserve it.
I'm very.
And now you
I'm
can
very proud of you.
you can have these discussions with your friends in Bethel, Jose.
I'll give you some digits, man. Some more podcast invite.
Yes, for
Hey.
sure. So, final thoughts on the movies.
I really liked it. I would watch it again. I mean, I think also what really helped, we watched the previous two
Yep.
just recently, so that really helped out.
And you started
With-
watching the show, right?
Yeah.
So I think that also helped with you guys.
The thing
I
is,
finished the show.
before,
Nice.
remember, there's a mid-credit scene. What did you guys feel about that?
I loved it, man. It took me a second to know.
Remember, there's a
But then when
mid-credit
we were
scene.
talking about it, we were like, oh my god.
So the thing is, this is the first time. I don't know if you heard me, Brian, because you were like behind me most of the time, weren't you?
I was way behind you.
Right. Okay. Well, this is the first time I actually screamed in a theater in years. Because the thing is, for those listening, there's this mid-credit scene of Julian Dillinger. In order to avoid getting arrested by authorities,
And he didn't take his mom. What a jerk.
he didn't take his mom with him to help, but he, in a way, escaped capture by entering the grid. His grid, the grid that was destroyed in the movie. Watch it to find out more. But the thing is, he's literally in the tower. He's seeing the entire grid, and it looks like it's been nuked. It looks destroyed, but something happens behind him. Some object appears. And even when saw this, I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like a data disc. Wait a minute, that looks like the old one, like the OG, the frisbee looking discs. And
That's
it
exactly what
turns
it
out
was.
exactly that's what it was, because when Gillian Dillinger started holding on to it, it started to transform him. He started having some sort of body armor, and it looked like he was in pain, and he started to turn into something that really made me freak out. He was turning into, anybody
Sark.
remember? To Sark.
Sark.
We got to see that
With the
crazy,
old
dumb
frisbee
V helmet looking costume, and just seeing that just made me kind of scream as a dumb little kid, because I was like, I understand what's happening. So the thing is, for me, like, okay, this character is still alive somewhere as the new MCP of
Mhm.
what's ever left of Dillinger Systems. So he's still alive out there, and probably will be returning in maybe not the next movie, but hopefully another one.
And what happened to his uncle?
I don't know. He's out there
See, that's
living the
the only
life.
problems I had with this movie were that just the continuity stuff.
Problem with this
Yeah.
thing is that this movie is the third movie, a trilogy, right? It's the third movie of this is one of the longest running trilogies ever to be made. I mean,
Along with
before
Star
for me was Bill and Ted. I was shocked that was Bill and
Yeah.
Ted's Last
I mean,
Adventure.
basically,
or whatever.
these are all legacy sequels.
Yeah. I mean, each taking decades at a time to be made. It was really hard to accept a brand new set of characters and almost ignoring almost anything prior. Because imagine if you had Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You don't have none of the Guardians from the previous two. You have a new set of characters, and Peter Quill makes a quick cameo. Does that work? It doesn't. No one's going to be happy with that. So I was enjoying myself with this movie. I really enjoy it for what it is, a standalone movie.
It's a standalone.
But I would really want to see Sam and Cora. And I'm sure I'm not alone.
It's a side sequel.
Yeah. Pretty much like I said, like Solo is to Star Wars. It's not a numbered a movie. It's a spin-off, a side movie.
So maybe
Yeah.
in like 7 years, 15 years, 30 years, we'll get another sequel. When Sam Flynn is like 100 years old now,
Mhm.
and we're all dead.
Yeah.
What is his name? Garrett Hudlin. He's like 45 now. And
I mean,
I'm
he's still young. He looks the same.
Dude, I've seen pictures of him. He looks like the perfect
he's still young.
replacement of Flynn.
They look older. They still look good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it either way. I would give it, on my scale, my movie board scale, 0 being amazing, 5 being torture. I'd give it a 1. Yeah, it was.
Wait a minute.
It was
okay, gotcha. 1 being the
zero,
best,
0
5
being the
worst. Got
best
it.
because no torture at all.
Oh,
2 was
Okay,
just a
so-
little minor, and then 5 is like torturous. It was the worst thing ever. So mine was 1. It's pretty high. It's pretty high.
Mine is 1 too. Yeah, I liked it. I was very satisfied. It was good.
And I think also too, the reason I liked it so much is because my expectations
low.
were
So
so
was mine.
I
low.
agree.
I had it.
Just like the movie Solo, and that one met it. But
Yeah. The thing is, Wendy kept on telling me, do not put the bar too high. And I'm like, I'm not. I am
you're like, you don't leave
paying.
me alone.
We are paying like around $20 each to watch a movie that's maybe 2
25.
hours long. I just want to be entertained. I want to make shut up.
You have to pay 100, bro, plus the popcorn for your
My-
family.
God, man, I did not buy anything. We did not. Wendy and I did not buy anything. We didn't fall for that. But
I'm bringing snacks next
But
time.
the thing is, like, I just wanted a good
yeah.
movie. It delivered,
And you got it.
I'm happy with it. So I cannot wait for it to come out on Blu-ray. I'll buy it in 4K. And
It's probably come out like in a week or so.
probably I'm gonna put it on my shelf proudly. I'm happy with this movie. It's
All right,
really
then,
good.
dudes. All right, thank you so much, Tony.
Yeah,
That
of
is our
course.
time. We went over, but hey, we had a good time talking.
There was just too much to cover, though.
Yeah.
There's so much we have not
Yep.
covered, but we're on a time limit, so I understand. But
Alrighty,
we'll
dudes.
talk about it in our spare time.
We will talk about it extensively in our personal lives. I mean, we might just record it secretly.
I will call you
All right.
later, and I will call you like what? It's 7 o'clock. I will call you at 10 sharp just to mess with you.
Right on.
I know tomorrow's Friday. That's why I'm gonna mess up your sleep cycle.
All right, dudes. I'll see you later.
All
man.
right. I'm very happy to talking with you guys. Thank you, Brian, for inviting me. Jose,
No problem,
thank you
dude.
for being patient. I'm happy.
We'll do. We'll probably do another one for Avatar. All right, dude.
Yep. Oh, that's
right.
right. Can't wait.